We learned about how to make a pattern.
Yeah.
And they learned how to use my brushes and my whole entire workflow. So I might as well quit.
Thank you for being a pal.
What's up, pals? Welcome back to Pen Tool Pals, a friendly graphic design podcast between two pals. My name is Canvas Cam from Canvas Design Company.
And I'm Cole from Cole Off Design. Thanks so much for joining us on another week of Pen Tool Pals. What's up, pal? How's your week been?
It's good, man. It's good. It's we're recording on a Monday, and I know that Mondays are typically pretty busy for the both of us.
Mhm.
I finally heard back from two people that have been sitting on their concept art. So I spent all weekend stressing about that. But got both, woke up this morning to two texts go on the green light for these two concept art.
It's always fun.
One is for a comedian that I've been working with for a while, and his designs are always kind of outlandish in that sense. This one isn't for Zicky Dice, the wrestler guy I work with, but his designs are always these like crazy weird illustrations. So this one, it's gonna be a fun one.
I hear you, man. Yeah, it's always crazy on Monday when, like, I always check my email Sunday night to see how bad my Monday morning is gonna be. But you know, everyone has a different organization method.
I ignore my emails on Sunday nights.
I feel like my organization is so unconventional, or maybe other people do this too, but I let it build up in my inbox so that I have, like, I don't read them. And if I do read them, I'll just press unread. So that way I still have them lined up.
Yeah.
And then I just go one by one doing the work as I am like going through these projects. So that way I can itemize like throughout my day. I don't know if anyone else does that, but it's worked with me so far.
That's good.
Until my anxiety has now started to build up when I have like 10 or 15 emails.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to mentally organize or strategize without overwhelming myself. So I don't know if there's, you know, a better way to do this, but so far it's only like putting your head down and doing a couple more hours during the day.
Yep, I feel that. Yeah, I actually have a small list of work for once, and it's like a breath of fresh air. I'm working on this illustration piece for an album cover, and I have no stress about it, which is fantastic. And
Awesome.
It's the first time in well over a year and a half, probably close to 2 years, to where it's like I have 4 projects on my desk. I'm not saying for once I'm not stressed about bringing on other work.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening and you need artwork, hit me up. But it's really, for the first time, I have just no anxiety about the amount of work that's on my desk. And I kind of miss the anxiety because I want more work.
I swear it comes in waves as like a designer. You know, you start either being anxious that you don't have enough work, or you're being anxious having too much work. And
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Really...
It's like right now I'm getting too comfortable, and that gives me anxiety. I love how I feel right now. Not feeling like there's like a giant troll on my shoulders, but at the same time, it's like, hey, do you want to come back? Like,
there's always the balance.
Yeah.
Today's super special. We have the longest distance pen tool pal we've ever had on the show. I think when we had this name, this is kind of like how it was initially intended, is people from all over the world, all over the states, like however far away from each other, like we're still gonna hit you up and chat about graphic design, and it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Yeah, we have the Dedonleon design.
Dedonleon.
Yeah. I'm super stoked to have him, because you know the idea behind Pen Tool Pals is that, you know, we're pen pals, and the best way to represent pen pals is having someone across the pond. And so like Cole said, you know, this is the first the farthest guest we've had, but it's also the first like international guest we've had.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
You know, everybody that we've had on so far has been in the States. So I'm really stoked to have this conversation with him, kind of pick his brain a little bit. Don is just a phenomenal illustration artist. This guy can pump out artwork like every other day, and I'm really jealous of it.
So yeah, man, super excited to talk with him, and let's get him into the chat.
Yeah. Don, man, hey, how you doing?
Hey, guys, Cole and Cam. I'm doing great.
Good, man.
I had a good working day, so I'm here with you guys drinking a beer and
Yeah, man.
chatting.
Hell yeah.
This is the furthest pen tool pal we've had.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
You know, the longest distance pen tool pal, I'll say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, am I the first international guy
You
on
are,
the podcast?
you are.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you're
cool.
you're in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah, I'm in the Netherlands. Yeah,
Crazy.
in a place called Dronten. It's like 40 minutes from Amsterdam. So
Dang.
everybody
Yeah.
knows Amsterdam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I've been.
Have you been?
Yeah, you've been there?
Oh yeah.
Cool.
I did a lot of things.
What did you do there?
A lot of things I regret, and
You went to the red light district?
I did, but I didn't actually go into the red light district.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
Then you're good.
yeah, exactly. we were joking earlier, making sure that we had your name right. John, do you want to you want to tell us how you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Well,
was saying Dedonleon, thinking it was like that was your whole name, but you can explain.
Yeah, I was afraid you would think it's dead on Leon. Dead on, like dead on, you know?
Oh,
It's dead on.
yeah.
I was afraid people would think it's that way, but it's not. It's just the. And
Yeah.
the is DE, the in Dutch. So it's the Don Leon.
Yeah.
And that's it.
There you go.
Sometimes I have to clarify.
Simple as that.
My name's not Kolf.
Yeah. yeah, exactly. Cole F.
Yeah.
Cool F design. I never even
design.
thought about that either. Well, it's
Yeah,
crazy because people think my first name is Canvas. So
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Never
Yeah.
know. Maybe your kid's name, Cam.
Huh?
Maybe you name your kid's name Canvas.
Canvas, yeah.
Or a dog, maybe.
I'll name my son Canvas.
Yeah, that's great. And he would just use that as the Instagram handle.
Yes,
Yeah,
Cam.fast.
Exactly. Well, cool, man. So tell us a little bit how you got started in your history with art. Have you been an artist your whole life?
Well, no, not at all.
Okay.
I think we are all kind of relatable since I checked the podcast a few times.
We appreciate that.
Especially with Nowhere Land Supply. I kind of really felt the same way about how I started. And yeah, you know, I just had a hard time at school, kind of. And I was like, where do I go next? And then I had a gap 4 years working at a supermarket. And I had really long shifts. And I started early. And then I had a whole day ahead of me and I started drawing. And I liked that. And then I looked up what I could study. I think it's called an education in English.
Yeah.
And I found graphic design. So I went to Utrecht and I studied graphic design for 4 years. Actually, a sped up trail of 3 years because I was a bit older. I'm 28 right now. And I finished that and I got a degree in graphic design. I don't know if that's a thing right there, actually, in America.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Yeah. Is it called graphic design as a?
Yeah, it's also graphics.
Yeah. We call it like the Bachelor in the Arts, or you can either get a BA or a BFA, but it's very similar. Like we can have focuses within our degrees. Like I have a BA.
But they do call it arts.
Yeah. The arts.
Okay. Because I view art as something different than graphic design, but it could be just a language barrier or something. But, and I did illustration as a profile next to graphic design at that school. And that's kind of how it started rolling. And I was really inspired by traditional tattoos and old school tattoos and stuff. Going to the tattoo shop and get tatted and talk with the guys a bit. And try what they are doing,
Yeah.
and thinking maybe I will be a tattoo artist. But that's kind of a different route than graphic design for sure.
Yeah.
So I make prints, like flash prints, what they do, and I sold them at school, and that actually went pretty well. And then I started making T-shirts and stuff,
Mhm.
and I sold those, and I rolled into merchandise design and T-shirt design and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I started to really like. And my dad told me that I should just start a business. He said, "Yeah, you're selling pretty good, so why don't you try to keep that up?" And I made myself an official business called Dedonleon. And
Sounds so much
since
better
then,
when you
I've
say
been
it.
doing, yeah, it's kind of Dutch English blend when I say
Yeah.
it.
Dude, that's awesome. Like I never kind of realized, because I mean that's why we've been doing this podcast, and so we can like talk to other designers. But like you and I have a very similar upbringing. Like I
Okay.
I didn't finish school, but
Hmm.
I wanted to do tattooing, and I did art
Yeah.
prints, I did flash sheets.
Hmm.
A few tattoo shops carried my work. I got into merchandise, designing clothes, and that's just kind of how I
Cool.
started. So that's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, that we kind of were on the same level with that.
Yeah.
And I used to do a lot of traditional tattoo inspired work.
Hmm.
And then I kind of rolled out of it a bit more and went with what I'm doing right now, which you see most of the time right now. And that's actually because a client of mine called Your Highness, the brand,
Okay.
the owner of Broken Promises, he asked me to do some stuff. And I actually really liked that. And I just kept going with mascot design and character design. And I've been doing that for about a year, like really actively right now. And that's kind of how it went.
Yeah.
But I still like tattoos and that whole style,
Yeah.
I just like to try different stuff sometimes
For
I
and
feel
sure.
like
expand my horizon.
Yeah, I feel like American Traditional has been an influence in so many graphic designers, and
So many, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's cool too
all
because
over the place.
a part of American Traditional is like bold outlines and like
Mhm.
almost making
Yeah.
it like sticker like, and I use that term loosely, but what I mean is that like same with graphic design is in so many ways we're creating like a single flash graphic similar to what you would create on a flash sheet for American Traditional. So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
influenced by American Traditional. I know that Cam was influenced by American Traditional.
yeah,
Um, and then all of a sudden, you find what you like, and then years go by, and all of a sudden it evolves into your own style, and then
Yeah.
that's how.
yeah.
And
I
now,
agree.
like you go on your page, and like you wouldn't necessarily think right away that you were influenced by American Traditional, but this is like how
Yeah,
the progression has gone, right?
100%.
exactly. I do like to blend traditional tattoos with what I'm doing right now sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I have this pizza one with Prisoner of Love,
Saw
that
that.
kind of design. And I blend characters in there. And that's what I really love to do.
Yeah.
But it's not often that you get a job like that.
Yeah,
For
It's more
sure.
like the pre-made stuff that I do as well on the
Yeah.
side. And I love selling those because it's purely what came up in my mind and
Yeah.
what people then buy. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. And you are an illustration monster, man. Like you pump out like
Yeah,
artwork
I work a lot.
really, really quick. Um,
Yeah,
Going back to the traditional tattooing thing, it's crazy the influx of how popular traditional tattoo style has become in clothing. And
yeah,
it's funny because like you're wearing it in a different way, but you also get to wear it a little bit less serious. Cause like I've seen a lot of like, traditional artwork, but it's kind of goofy. And
yeah,
people will wear that, they won't put it on their body. There's a lot
yeah.
of stuff that I would wear, like shirt wise, that I wouldn't put it on my
Uh,
body necessarily. And I think that's something that you get to capture through your artwork is that like you're doing a good blend of like serious traditional, but a good amount of goofy. And I think that's why
yeah,
I think that's why you turn around so many designs because I'll see you post something and go
Yeah.
like, "This is for sale. Here's the price."
Mhm.
30 minutes later, it's gone, and I'm like, "Fuck, dude,
Yes,
I wish I could turn artwork around like that."
it used to go like that a lot. Lately, it's been a bit less because I've put up my prices a bit.
Yeah,
But yeah, especially the traditional stuff because it's so popular, and the
Yeah.
things that I'm selling right now are less popular. That's just how it
Yeah.
is. But I think the thing with those traditional tattoo designs, there are so many brands out there or people trying to start a brand like that
yeah,
people are looking for designs. And when they bump into me and I have those traditional ones for sale, those are obviously less pricey than a custom design
yeah,
because I
exactly.
just make them on the side for fun, and it's
Mhm.
easy to just grab one of those and try your new business
Yeah.
and get it a good go,
For sure.
So, but the thing with that whole scene with the traditional tattoos on t-shirts, it's
Mhm.
just so crowded, man.
Yeah,
I can't even. There's so many brands out there on Instagram with that exact same vibe going on.
Mhm.
I just also kind of felt like I needed to get away from that as a designer to get better at what I do. So it was also kind of a choice to try some different stuff because there's, especially from Indonesia, I don't know if you noticed that, but there's so many
we've talked
stuff
about this
around.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
I
is
didn't
a
know, but
there is a crazy amount of designers
yeah.
in Indonesia
And
and in
it's,
that or surrounding area that do,
yeah,
like mountain stuff and like
yeah.
and
They do it
they'll
all, and
sell. Oh,
they're
They do it
really
all.
talented too. But they'll
Mhm.
charge like $100, and like
Yeah.
But,
it'll be super
yeah,
good. And then you're just
but
like,
that's because their currency is so different from ours.
yeah,
That
exactly.
$100 is a lot of money for them,
Yeah.
and it's super less to clients that approach us, compared.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
just cost
they
of
will go
living.
with them,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
difference in
and
cost of living is
yeah.
huge.
You
So
can't be mad at their hustle though.
no,
Like,
and their talent,
Well,
and their
I
talent.
wish I,
They're super
yeah,
talented.
some of them are, yeah, for sure. Some of them are trying hard,
So Don, you said
but yeah,
that you had actually started design, or you found graphic design not too long ago, right? So you are
4
28
years.
now, 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. Wow.
It's really impressive,
Well, I
especially for
started.
how talented you are.
Thanks. I started at 22.
Mm-hmm.
I was still working at the supermarket back then, and then I got into drawing traditional tattoo stuff and all that. So I guess it started right there.
Okay.
So
Did
that's
you always
6
have
years
like a
ago.
fascination with art? Like, did you grow up drawing, or did you really
Yeah,
just like pick up
yeah,
a pencil like at
yeah, for sure.
22?
Yeah, I remember always being into Bionicles, those Lego guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
For
a big
sure.
nerd. I got a whole lot of toys and
Oh,
stuff.
dude,
But,
We're all big nerds here.
dude, you and I,
yeah,
yeah, me and Don were sharing photos back and forth of like
of
his Ninja
Ninja
Turtles,
Turtles.
and
Yeah,
then I've got a signed print of the guy who was in.
he's got the money on the wall.
Yeah, but kind of, but the guy who was in the suit for the second Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah,
So I got that signed, but yeah, we were kind of nerding out. It was great.
what's it called again? From the ooze or something?
Yeah,
Out of the
like
ooze.
secret of the ooze.
Secret of the ooze. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, yeah. What were we talking about when I
We're talking
started?
about being big nerds, but when it really comes down to it, like so much of our art too is influenced by cartoons, by
Yeah.
movies, by like all these things, and like how can you not
Yeah.
be somewhat of a nerd when you're doing like artwork?
True.
Yeah, and I used to be so much into Bionicles that I sat at the table and draw my own concept of a new Bionicle,
Sick.
and I would show it to my mom and say, "Mom, can we send this to Lego so they can make this new Bionicle?" So that's what I kind of started with, I think.
I shit you
Uh,
not, I could probably go into my garage and find my box of Bionicles.
Yeah, I still have a few as well.
Legos are a
I
big part
used to,
of my
yeah,
childhood. I
Yeah.
think that
me too.
really sparked so much creativity in a lot of
Yeah,
people.
building.
Yeah.
And still, I used to watch a lot of cartoons, and I still try to get to it when I got the time. And I think I got inspired by that as a kid and playing
Yeah.
video games and stuff. It just sparks something in your brain. I'm sure that makes you appreciate what you're looking at.
Mhm.
Totally.
The characters, how they have their own personalities and expressions, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. Most of the time with the character designs, of course. Yeah, I think it starts at a young age if you're into playing outside,
Mhm.
or you're more of a inside, playing with your toys, watching cartoons, and playing video games. And
Totally.
that's me. So
Oh yeah, I'm
started there.
very similar. My dad taught me how to draw, but I also I always say, or I say here and there, but the X-Men taught me how to draw, because like I was always
Cool.
reading X-Men comics and Marvel comics in general, but I would draw Wolverine and Cyclops like over and over, and it kind
That's
of
good practice.
and it kind of taught me the human body a little bit, because the human body is just
Yeah,
extremely hard
that's
to draw.
yeah. I
And
still can't really do that.
and you say my proportions are off because I was drawing Wolverine over and over. So
Yeah,
he kind of taught me the just extended muscles and
the
stuff like
Edward
that, but-
Scissorhands
yeah.
things, the claws.
Yeah, exactly. But
Cool.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I think it started there, and it kind of got dulled down a bit when you get older
Mhm.
and hit puberty and skateboarding outside and wasting time.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Did you ever take
in high school.
Did either of you ever take like a figure drawing class in any part of your education?
Yeah, I
Naked girls or guys would come in and then you have to like do the whole figure study.
No,
we didn't
I
do
didn't do
that.
that one.
You're like, oh
No.
no.
Yeah,
I
my
did that.
my
I took-
dad did. My
I
dad
took
went
two
to
figure
college.
classes, and like as weird as it was in the beginning, like
Mhm.
actually doing that in repetition for like an entire semester and then 2 semesters of doing it, like
Yeah.
really did help. But when it comes to graphic design, I feel like when I'm trying to get my proportions right, I would get a reference and like and
Mhm.
trace that figure proportion, or else like it's off every time for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Were you drawing guys or girls back then?
Both.
Both. All right.
Of all sizes too. Like they actually like tried to have the most variety of like people come in so that you're able to draw
All right.
a curvier person or
Yeah.
a skinny person. Like, as much as we want to draw the same thing over and
Yeah.
over again, we like that's not the reality, right?
One guy's just slanging hog, and the other guy's got a little tic tac.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much, First day
I
was
used to
a
draw a
little
lot of
uncomfortable,
dicks when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
yeah,
sure,
same
man.
with like I'm gonna draw it right now.
Like really detailed too,
Nice. So, like in Superbad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like everyone would draw. Oh, it's not gonna be able to do
Oh
it.
no.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Got one right there.
Yeah.
Can you
I
see
can't
it?
see it. You need to talk, or else I can't see you.
Yeah. That little.
The
Sing a
ass.
song. I don't see you. How do I
Yeah.
swap the?
It
I'm
was
seeing
it was
camera
that
now.
little S. Let's see. I'll make it real quick. And
Oh, the S. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I know what you mean.
that was like the
this
biggest
guy.
thing.
This
Yeah,
guy right
that's
here.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
You got it. You mastered graphic design.
Yeah.
Totally.
I used to draw a lot of dicks for fun in people's notebooks,
Hell yeah.
and it got to a point where my English teacher called me out, even if I didn't do it.
That's hilarious.
So at the library, there were dicks drawn in books and stuff, and I would get the blame. Well, it wasn't even. So
I love it.
I was notorious for that.
It's
Have
like
you-
when you
So it
stop,
started there.
when you stop drawing the one with just like the 2 circles and then like a thing at the end, and all of a sudden you're doing like the side profiles, and then you're doing
And
like
it's a dog.
and you're doing like what's that statue? David. And all
Oh,
of a
yeah.
sudden, that's like how detailed your dick drawings are getting.
Oh
Then-
yeah.
Like Octo of Squidward in SpongeBob.
Exactly.
Hey, that's not me. Huh?
What?
I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
I was like, there's your face, dude.
Still catfished.
You got me for a second.
So what is your?
I'm drinking a beer I made, by the way. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, sick!
Nice.
This beer for True Brew.
Hell yeah! I think you were drinking one the other day that was Brooks from Nowhere Supply. He designed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I noticed
designing
that
for
right,
them as well.
I noticed that right away. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you can easily spot that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Don, what does your design process look like? Do you start with iPad or pencil or?
Most of the time, I just draw on iPad first and sketching.
Yeah.
And then I will send the sketch to the client, kind of see if we're heading the right direction.
Yeah.
And if that's solid, then I'm lining up on Photoshop, and then I'm making it into Vector in Illustrator. So that's really simply put how I work.
So something I've noticed, your line work always looks like you just went from sketching it on the screen, like in a Procreate or Photoshop. So when you vector it, do you drop it over into Illustrator and then live trace it?
Yeah, I get a ton of questions about this, and also about my brushes.
Yeah.
And I tend to not answer that most of the time, but I'm just coming clean right here.
Okay.
I'm using a True Grit texture supply with the brushes.
Nice.
For Photoshop. So when I sketched my stuff on iPad, it's just with the regular, what's it called, technical pencil thing or something.
Yeah.
And then I put it into Photoshop and I trace that with the True Grit brushes. And then when that's done, I would just make a high quality JPEG and image trace that in Illustrator and tweak it around until it's just at that the Dedonleon signature look, you know.
For sure.
That's kind of how it works. So.
And you really do have a signature look. Like I'm never confused by what I'm seeing before I see your name pop up. Like,
thanks, man.
I see it and I'm like, oh, there's Don. Like 100%.
Yeah, that's great. That's the point.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So
I use
sorry, go for it.
I use True Grit Texture Supply as well. And I love them. Sponsor us, please. But they're a lifesaver when it comes to stuff like that.
You can buy them. You can buy all their tools in one go, I think, for like $400.
Yeah, I've just
worth it.
I've just slowly bought the new stuff as it comes out, and I'll buy it when I have no use for it, because eventually I'll have use for it.
So I see
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I see a lot of your stuff is like from all over the world. Like one was in Australia, one was Long Beach. Do you feel like you get most of your work from like the States, or do you think that it's been pretty random?
Most of it is United States for sure.
Yeah.
Australia as well, Canada, a lot of United Kingdom.
It's very
very few local ones. But it's mainly just international, you know.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Yeah.
But and USA.
Do you get most of your freelance work from Instagram, or do you have other platforms?
Actually, only Instagram. Yeah, from direct messages have been kind of not my thing lately, but email. But they're coming from Instagram, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Instagram is a lifesaver for us, I think.
For sure.
No, it's really similar.
I'm not using Dribble or anything, not actively, not Facebook, not Behance, nothing. Mainly Instagram.
Yeah, same. Like I have used those other platforms, but it's you know, Cole and I have said this time and time again that just Instagram is where people find us, and you know, it's just one of those things until Instagram dies. Like I'm gonna.
Oh man, that's my nightmare.
Same. It's hard to have all of our eggs in one basket. With kind of what it feels like. But when something's good, you know, it's more just like keep put fuel on the fire. You know,
Yep.
keep going
Yeah.
for it. But of course,
100%.
we want to be diverse, and if the day
Mhm.
comes where the
Where
internet
do we go?
crashes and all of a sudden we can't use Instagram anymore, it's going to be a sad day for a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read this post that or message that they were focusing on videos more or shorts. What's it
I saw
called?
that
Reels.
too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of stresses me out a bit because I'm not
Yeah.
making any videos, you know.
Yeah.
And I really dislike TikTok and all that nonsense because it's just such a waste of time. So I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
This one's so epic. The Mummy
Yeah.
Summer.
This really just amazed me, dude. Like, this one's so
It's a
good.
creature. Yeah, it's a new
Yeah.
brand for some guys from Glad Racket. I don't know if you've seen them.
Mm-mm.
Made some work for them, and they're starting a new brand based on summer swimming wear.
Nice. Well, they're off to a really good start by
Yeah.
hiring you to do this.
Do you have
Thanks.
any projects you're able to talk about that you're working on now?
Yeah. I still need to share what I did for Right Way Science, which I know Cam loves.
Oh, so you're doing stuff for them?
I did one design for them.
Very cool.
That I'm really stoked on, but I still
Yeah.
need to share it. So
But
yeah, I made a design for them.
Very cool.
I'm stoked about that. I did a whole new branding for a bagel business in UK.
very cool.
What am I working on? Let me check. True Brew, some new beers. Yeah, that.
Nice.
Always busy. Yeah, the beers are cool to show, I think, for True Brew.
Ooh, this is a cool
I
video
put
to show.
that I put that Hey Bud branding on my own page, but you already showed that.
Yeah.
I put Mummy Summer up on my own screen, which you already showed.
Yeah.
I did a bunch of stuff for Hobo Jack back in the day, which was cool.
Nice. This is a cool video.
Yeah. This sees a little bit of your process and how you
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, that's a pre-made I did, put up for sale. And I did a bunch of stuff for American Socks, which was really cool with the pattern designs. But you need to scroll quite a bit to show that.
Let's see.
Let me check where it is. I think it's in 2020. somewhere.
Okay. This one, I remember seeing this one.
Oh yeah,
being like,
that's a cool
wow.
one actually.
Yeah, this is a
That's
really
one
cool
for
one.
Amsterdam.
It's like I would have never been able to put that concept together. Like,
Yeah, well, they are locals from Amsterdam.
okay.
And that's their restaurant name. Don't ask me to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's based around a ceviche bowl, which is raw fish,
Okay.
and like a poke bowl. Is that a thing in the English language?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah. It's also a I was gonna make a joke.
What?
It's also a cartoon when we were growing up. Pokemon.
Oh yeah. What cartoon is that?
Pokeball.
Tell me more.
That's funny.
Sorry,
So,
bad
yeah,
joke. Bad joke.
and they sell a hot dog that's actually
Octopus.
octopus pulpo tentacle,
I'm
which
not
sounded weird to me.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd eat the shit out of that thing. That sounds great.
Yeah. I think I'm
Absolutely.
going to taste it soon because they offered me dinner with my girlfriend because
Oh,
I
nice.
did this for them.
That's
So that's really awesome.
Yeah.
When I was abroad, I'd love all of like the crazier the food, like the better. You know, I wouldn't even ask what it is on a menu. I would just
Yeah.
kind of point to it and say like, please. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I'm kind of iffy with new food.
oh really?
I'm picky. Yeah,
Gotcha.
but I'm going to try it, of course. But
There you go.
Um,
So I brought this piece up because this actually inspired me to do something similar, and I got to give you
Okay,
credit
cool.
where credit is due because
oh,
I saw this design and I was just like, I think I could whip up a badge like this. It's definitely not as good
Yeah.
as yours, but yeah, I made something similar and using like good shit and all
Did
that
you already
stuff.
post it?
Yeah, I think I posted a while ago.
Oh, let me take a look.
Yeah.
You
so
didn't
my-
credit me, man.
Huh?
You didn't credit me.
I know I should
I'm just
have.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh, I see it, I think.
Yeah, making cool
The
shit.
orange
working
one?
late. Yeah, the orange
Yeah.
one.
Cool.
But
That's cool to know that you were inspired by that.
yeah, and I
Awesome.
didn't like it was one of those things where I was just like, I really liked your 3 bracketed badge. And I was
Yeah.
just like, I didn't want to, I did 2. But yeah, no, I hadn't really thought about creatively using the space and just
Well, yours flowing really well, man, with the swirl and the all fitting right in that middle section. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
using the space for the stars. It's nice.
yeah, I've been putting stars in a lot of my stuff lately.
Yeah, it's a great fill, right?
Yeah, it's a really good
To
fill.
fill in gaps. Yeah.
Yeah. But what was that one? What was that one that we were I would have to go down?
I did a bunch of stuff for American Socks back in 2020.
Look at that face. Look at that face right there.
Is that me?
Yeah.
It is.
No catfishes on Pen Tool Pals.
Say what?
No catfishes
be
on
bad.
Pen Tool Pals.
Yeah. Could you imagine? we get someone on here that we just don't recognize. Do we have?
Well, there's a bunch of designers that don't post any pictures of themselves, so
Very true. Very
Mhm.
true.
could be anyone.
Could be.
Hey,
anyone.
Cole, I use you had that period where you shared a bunch of shorts from you doing tips and stuff
Yep.
with the 3D effect of lettering, where you
Yep.
merge them both together.
Yeah.
I use that a lot.
Oh,
ever since.
nice.
So thanks for that.
That was a really cool period of time because reels were pretty new and I was just trying to stay ahead of the trend. And so some of those got like 100,000 views, which is, you know, like 10 times what my following was, which is a very good thing for when it comes to, you know, outreach. But it wasn't really
They
sustainable.
would do great on a new Instagram.
Yeah. It just really wasn't that sustainable for me because I didn't want to be a teacher of design. You know, I wanted to be a professional in the space.
Yeah.
So it was fun for a period, and then I wanted to figure out how I can evolve those videos into something more like me creating art. So that was a combination of 2 emojis, and that was more fun and seemed like it was getting the same sort of reach, but just a new way of going about.
Yeah, you caught some following with that probably. So that's probably new clients as well. That's good.
Yeah. All good.
That's American Socks right there. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's a roundup, I think. It's a really small screen I'm looking at right now, but yeah.
Yeah, this is
I loved
great.
working on those, and the socks looked really good. And the blue ones, they actually called their favorite socks ever, which was great to me.
Wow.
Nice.
Because they're quite a name, you know. So that was really cool. I remember that project really well, so that's why I wanted to show this one.
That's awesome. Yeah, this is killer. I always
focused on. Yeah, sorry.
I always appreciate pattern pieces like this. It's like a lot of illustration, but you know, you just kind of like evenly put it out. Yeah.
Most of the work is put into putting them together so it flows perfectly, you know, because you can make all the little illustrations and put them next to each other, but they also need to fit like a little puzzle. So they just fit so well. That's most of the consuming time.
Definitely. It's not like you can just like throw it out there. You have to be really, really precise with how these things fit together. It's
kind of think what you're drawing.
Itself. Yeah.
But I
every time I share
sorry, go for it.
Every time I post a new pattern, I get a bunch of new DMs or emails. Hey, can you make me a pattern? So it's really, and it can also be used for a lot of stuff. So I always appreciate that. Sorry, Cole, what were you trying to say?
Oh, nothing. I don't know if it's like a thing or not, but I keep watching Lincoln and Mahaffey. Always, I don't know. His name's Mahaffey, right?
Yeah, Jordan
Yeah, Jordan.
Mahefe.
He is like the pro.
Is he on Instagram?
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen his work, he's awesome, and he's
Oh,
like
he's great, man.
the guru.
What do
when
I
it
look
comes
up?
to making design?
Jordan?
Yeah, Mahefe.
Oh yeah,
Design. Yeah.
Isn't he
And-
from Lincoln or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's one of the Lincoln guys.
And his
Those
pattern
guys
is
kill it.
crazy. And
Yeah.
he talks about a pattern builder in Illustrator, and I have yet to find it.
Okay. Pattern
Like,
builder,
it-
some sort of tool.
If there's like a square, and then if I put the shape here, and I
Yeah.
up on the other side, because that way I'm building a pattern like really easily. So if that's a tool out there and you know of it, like send it my way because I need to.
Well, you can just let me check real quick. If you go to object and then pattern and make, is that what you mean?
Well, that's just creating a swatch, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, but when you're actually building it, okay? So think of this square.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I have a shape and I go here on the square, I want this
Yeah.
shape that's now overlapping, like the other half of it, to show
Yeah.
up on the other half of the square.
Oh,
So that way it's
yeah.
building the pattern, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. So it's in your pattern options. So when I get a halftone kit, it's all patterns. So when you're mapping out through like the pen tool, or you drag out a circle or something, if you were to go
Yeah.
into pattern options, it's set up the same way. So if you were to build out some illustrations, it's all in a square base.
Right.
So-
No, I understand that. And then you just
Okay.
drop your square into the swatch, and that's the thing. But while you're building your square and you want a seamless pattern, you have to make sure, like, if you don't build it out all in the square, right? Because you want the things on this side to also show up on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
I think what you mean is when you like have a pair of swimming shorts that's kind of resembling the circle that you mentioned right now,
Mhm.
that it seamlessly folds around.
Yeah.
Basically,
Right?
I wish I could.
Yeah.
If I could just. All right. So when you're on Illustrator, so like let's say right now, if I put a shape here,
Yeah.
and a shape here, and I made this swatch,
Uh-huh.
then it's going to be a pattern, right?
Yeah.
So now I have my pattern. Right? But when I'm building my pattern, if I had just like put this here,
Yeah.
right? I want it to like show up right here.
There. Yeah.
Because I know that this half of it is not going to follow along unless I put it here. So especially when I have like a really intricate shape that's like harder to duplicate,
Yeah.
like I just want this to automatically show up right here.
Well, I think if you now go to object, when you select all these shapes, yeah, select them all and then go to object and go to pattern and make. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that pop-up is. Okay.
Like I know I see what you're
But
saying.
you can play around right here.
Yeah, this is what I was
I
saying.
can't read it from here, but
For sure.
when you tick that box above the one that's ticked already, you can also kind of play around with the spacing and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with this already or
No,
Cole,
this is
but-
new to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
well, this is what he means.
yeah,
this is
what
what
I
I
was
use.
saying. Yeah,
Now,
so like
and now you're able to like trim it to your
Yeah, this is what I used for the American socks as well on all my patterns. And
Yeah,
then
so-
when you click make, it adds it to the swatches, and you can apply it to any shape.
this is gonna save
That's
my
it.
life.
oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's how you
Wow.
do it.
Yeah, and so this is also, imagine this thing being riddled with tiny halftones. That's exactly how these things are mapped out too.
Yeah. And if you now click instead of grid, like the second option or the third, it gets even
So
better.
how do I?
If you change grid to a different option on top, yeah, there, you choose the third one, I think, or the second one. The interlay of the object just gets more random, so it's better most of the time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you make those patterns.
Yeah.
I think he meant Jordan meant that as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, now we have an informative podcast as well.
Yeah, exactly. that's
we learned
kind of
about
the goal.
Don. We learned about how to make a pattern.
Yeah.
And they learned how to use my brushes and my whole entire workflow. So I might as well quit.
I know, right?
I call that a successful day. Well, cool, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
An hour has passed already.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's been an hour. Yeah. Thanks for being a pal.
Legit feels like 5 minutes.
Yeah, if you want to tell them where they can find you, and everyone watching this, go follow Don
if you don't already.
Yep.
Well, basically on Instagram at Dedonleon, and that's all you need, or Facebook.
Yeah,
I'm most active there. So.
You got a website?
That's it. Yeah, I do, but it's more of a web shop, and I need to change to a portfolio website, but I just don't find the time to do it myself. So I was thinking of hiring someone to do it, or doing like a Squarespace thing. I asked in my stories last week what would work,
for sure,
but I still need to put myself to it. I've been at it for close to 5 years now, and I still don't have a good portfolio site. I just use my Instagram for my portfolio, which works quite well, actually.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you have any merch or anything on your
I'm running a t-shirt sale right now.
Very cool.
Via how do you say it, Print Social, and I'm donating half of that profit to KWF, to cancer research in the Netherlands. And it's about using sunscreen. I just posted that last week as well. So that's the only t-shirt I'm selling right now. But I used to have a brand, a clothing brand, but I don't own it anymore. So
gotcha.
No physical stuff now. My AirPods are almost empty and they were full. So it's a good timing.
Well, yep, great timing. Well, Don, thank you for being a pal, man.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate your time. And thanks for working on this like crazy different time schedule than we're on.
For sure.
We're at 11 in the morning. You're at 8 o'clock at night in the Netherlands. So again, thank you so much for making this work, and thank you for being a pal.
Welcome.
Thanks, Don.
Have a good day. Have a good Monday.
Thank you for being a pal.
Hey pals, and thanks for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and share our video. We'll be putting new episodes up every Friday, and if this is your first time joining us today, we got plenty more to show. So go back and see the whole catalog we have before you, and thanks for being a pal.
It's got that cool song at the beginning, right?
I know. Yeah. It will go. Dun, 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 dun.